So here are the top 12 things that I think it takes to be successful as an Amazon seller. Number one is patience. When you start out learning about Amazon, you get so much information, it can be overwhelming, and people go all over the place looking for different ways of sourcing and different terminology, and your head feels like it's going to explode. I know mine did. So, my advice there is start slow and build your knowledge. Don't try and build Rome overnight. Take your time. Learn things in increments and ask a lot of questions. And number two, choose the path that best suits your personality and your financial situation. So if you have no capital, one of the ways I encourage people to get started is by looking for used textbooks. You might even have some around your house that you can send in and raise some funds right away. Textbooks you can often pick up for under $10 in thrift shops, and you can sell them sometimes for upwards of $150 US on Amazon. So it doesn't require a lot of money to get into textbooks, but you can certainly make some decent profits back, which can build that capital which you're going to need to reinvest into inventory down the road. So that was really my number three, actually, is starting with textbooks. That's a great way of raising capital. Number four, if you like shopping, why don't you consider going out into local retailers and download the Amazon Seller app? It's free. It's available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. And you use your smartphone to scan barcodes on products in store. And it'll tell you, potentially, what your net profit is to sell it on Amazon. And it works in both Amazon Canada and the US. If you prefer to stay home and use a computer, I know I do, and I personally don't like going shopping, you can source online, and that's called online arbitrage in the terminology that we use in Amazon land. And it's a great way to find profitable items to sell on Amazon, both in Canada and the US. And the thing I love about it is you can ship the parcels to a prep company. So you could be in Canada, order things online in the US, and ship them to a US prep company, who will in turn handle the packages and label them and send them to Amazon for you. So you never have to see or touch any inventory. And the best part? The boxes and packaging are included. So you don't have to go out and buy boxes and deal with tape guns and do all that manual labor yourself. Why would you want to do that, actually? Number six, the ability to scale your business. That's a key with Amazon. Arbitrage is great, but you're going to get to a point where you grow the business where you can't find enough products every month to scale it any further. And that's where things like wholesale come in really valuable, because you can order things in bulk, you can replenish and reorder the same supplies month after month from your suppliers and not worry about stores going out of stock. Not to say wholesalers don't go out of stock, but less likely than when you're buying onesie-twosies at retailers all over town or online. Number seven is private label. And I look at that as the graduate level of selling on Amazon. Now, there's various ways of doing private label. You don't even have to source in China if you don't want to, but most people do. Now, the days of selling a generic product and slapping your logo on it and hoping it'll make you millions on Amazon are behind us. That's probably not going to happen. You have to add value. You have to improve a product. It has to be certified to meet all of the requirements in Canada or the US or wherever you're selling it. And you also need to be aware that you're responsible for that product. If you're the guy importing it, it's your private label. If there's an issue or a lawsuit, guess who the buck stops with? You. So the other thing you're going to need is incorporation and product liability insurance. I can't tell you how many private label sellers say they're doing well on Amazon and they say, "Oh, who did you get your insurance through?" "What insurance? We don't have any." Ugh. They're one lawsuit away from financial ruin. It's ridiculous, and people overlook that, but it's super important, so don't be one of those guys. Number 8 is automating your processes. The whole beauty of Amazon is that FBA do everything for you. Amazon do customer service, they ship to customers, they receive your packages, they handle returns, all of that stuff, and they warehouse it for you. So don't limit yourself by doing things yourself and slowing the whole chain down. Again, use prep and ship companies. They'll inspect, label, and package products correctly for you and send them on to Amazon. If you're doing bundles, which I do and a lot of other people do to create even more profits, they will even create the bundles for you. So again, you're not wasting your time doing manual labor that you could pay somebody else very little to do. Number 10, if you're Canadian, get a GST or HST number. This allows you to claim back any GST or HST you pay on purchases. So, for myself, I live in British Columbia, but I get all of my online arbitrage items that I source online in Canada shipped to Ontario. Well, why would I do that? Because the total sales tax in BC is 12% versus 13% in Ontario. The difference is in Ontario, it's HST, and in BC, it's only 5% GST, with the remaining 7% being provincial sales tax. Well, the HST or GST, you can claim back all of that against your GST or HST that you've collected that year in your business. So in BC, I save 7% by shipping my goods to Ontario as opposed to having them shipped to my home here. And this only applies to retail. You wouldn't typically pay PST on wholesale, but for retail arbitrage, it's key. So on $100,000 worth of purchases online, I'm saving $7,000 a year just by shipping to Ontario. That more than pays for the prep service I use there, and then put some money back in my pocket. So it's a no-brainer, but it's one of those things that people don't always consider. If you sell over $30,000 Canadian anywhere in the world, you have to register for a GST, HST number according to the CRA anyway. So do it early. You're giving away money to the government if you're not. Number 11 is ask questions. Our Facebook community is the best place for that. We have over 3,600 members now, and it's growing like 100 members a week lately. And the reason is I provide a ton of content and value in that group and free advice, and the members are really where the stars are really the stars of that group because they provide help to each other. So ask questions. There are no stupid questions. We're all happy to help you. Yes, there's paid coaching available, but you don't have to sign up with that. You can learn on your own if you choose, but there are some people that want to work with a mentor or a paid mentor, and that's fine too. And on that note, number 12, get a mentor. So if you know someone who's already succeeding on Amazon, try and pair up with them. They can probably give you some ideas and tips and advice. Now, if you really want hand-holding and one-on-one, you're probably going to want to pay them for their time because, their time is valuable.